Hey everybody, welcome back around to the blog and grill. I am your host Doug here with your video blog for October 10th, 2014. A lot to get to today. We have a great weekend coming up in sports. MLB playoffs, NFL week 6, NASCAR at Charlotte, college football week 7. Just a lot of good stuff. Let's get to the Major League Baseball playoffs first. It's going to be game 1 tonight in the American League Championship Series in Baltimore. It'll be James Shields going for Kansas City versus Chris Tillman. I think Baltimore has too many bats. I will take Baltimore to win this series in 6. I think their bats are too good. Their back end of that bullpen is solid. So is the back end of the Royals bullpen. So it could be a race to who can get to their 7, 8, and 9 guys out of the pen. NLCS Game 1 will be tomorrow night. Bumgarner versus Wainwright. That's going to be a good matchup. These are two teams, probably two of the best-run franchises in all of sports. Adam Wainwright's a horse. Madison Bumgarner is becoming a big-time pitcher. I will take the Cardinals, because of the home field advantage, to win this series in 7 games. We'll have more on the Major League Baseball playoffs Monday. All right, time for some college football picks as we have a good weekend of college football. I am 10-20 overall, trying to get back on the right side of things. First game, I'm going to pick Florida State versus Syracuse up at the Dome. Florida State comes in as a 23.5-point favorite. I'll take Florida State to win, but not to cover the spread. I think Florida State's good, but I think the Dome's a tough place to play. Number 2, Auburn. Number 3, Mississippi State. This is going to be a big matchup. Mississippi State coming off a very emotional win. I think they will be down a little bit. I will take Auburn to win and cover the 3. Ole Miss versus Texas A&M. Kenny Hill is going to be back at home. Ole Miss coming off a big emotional win, similar to Mississippi State, not used to playing these big-time games. I will take Texas A&M to win and cover a big upset in the SEC. Number 9, TCU. Number 5, Baylor. Interesting game. I think Bryce Petty will play better than he did against Texas, where he only threw for 122 yards. Baylor, an 8-point favorite at home. I will take Baylor to win and cover the points. And finally, USC versus Arizona. USC, a 2.5-point favorite on the road. I think people are overreacting to Arizona, but Rich Rodriguez has the Wildcats playing well. I will take Arizona to win the game, and I'll just take Arizona straight up in that one. I just want to talk briefly about Todd Gurley. Todd Gurley has been suspended indefinitely by Georgia for his role in an autograph, receiving money for autographs, okay? And basically what I've heard is this included more than 300 jerseys, 30 mini helmets, 70 photos, and even 10 baseballs and 9 Nike cleats. This is an interesting situation. I have always taken the stand that the NCAA should allow these players to capitalize on their likeness and be able to set up some autograph sessions for them. Obviously, Gurley knows you can't do that. I question his judgment for sure, but I still think he's one of the top running backs in college football, if not the top running back in college football. And I think this is not going to affect him. I think ultimately he will just move on and go play the NFL next year. NASCAR at Charlotte. Kyle Busch wins the pole. Jeff Gordon on the outside pole. Let's take a quick look at the chase standings as we are into the contender round of the NASCAR Sprint Cup Series. Joe Logano on top. Kyle Busch second. Edwards and Newman tied for 4th. Denny Hamlin, Kevin Harvick, Matt Kenseth, Jeff Gordon. Then the guys on the outside looking in. Casey Kane's 8 back. Brad Keselowski is 22 back. Dale Jr. 25 back. And Jimmy Johnson is 27 back of 8th place Jeff Gordon. So basically what it comes down to for the big 3 back there, Johnson Jr. and Keselowski, they just have to go out and get a win. And if they can get a win, they're going to advance on. But right now, people are really getting amped up. And this is the week you want to get the win, because next week at Talladega, you don't know what's going to happen there. I think my driver to watch in this race will be Jimmy Johnson, just because he runs so good at Charlotte. We'll see if he can find some speed, because he just has not been fast lately. And that's an issue for him. All right, before I get out of here, NFL picks. Panthers at the Bengals. Bengals are getting 6.5 points at home. I will take the Bengals to win, but I'm going to take them by a field goal. I think Carolina's playing some decent football at this point. I think the easy pick of the week, Denver versus New York. Denver, an 8.5-point favorite. I will take Denver to win and cover the huge spread in this one. Another one that I think will be covered, San Diego going on the road to take on the Oakland Raiders. I think the Raiders will not be any better than they were. New coach, don't like them. I'll take San Diego to win and cover the 7. My upset of the week, I'm going to take New York. New York is getting 2.5 points on the road at Philly. I will take New York to win this game straight up. Philly won't cover. Their defense is not good. I will take New York to win. And finally, the Monday night game, San Francisco versus St. Louis. San Fran, a 3.5-point favorite on the road. I will take San Francisco to win by a touchdown in this game. So I'll be back on Monday. We'll go around the Shield. We'll talk college football playoff, top 4 teams, NASCAR as we get ready for the final race of the Contender round. Check me out, sportsmindednews.com. Also follow me on Twitter, YankeeBaller415. You can comment, question, subscribe to my page. Thanks for tuning into the Blog and Drill. I will be back on Monday. Have a great weekend and enjoy all the sports.